Hey, all you recovering emo kids. Amanda and Rob here with Emo Kids Anonymous podcast with a new segment that we are going to start weekly called the Emo Kids A&R Reviews. Rob, tell them what we are going to be doing each week.
Allow me to dive into this, Amanda. So, as you know, we really consider ourselves here at Emo Kids Anonymous a driving, leading force in terms of credibility of what is cool and hip in the world of music. As the TikTok tastemakers and the like that we are, we want to recommend some new music along with going back in the archives as albums come out and are released. We want to also give retroactive historical grades, ratings, rankings, and the like to those albums as well. So we have kind of, as time goes on here at EKA, the Emo Kids Anonymous, as time goes on, we kind of have a general ranking, a general database of this is the albums we consider classics and vice versa. This is a great way for us to pay a little respect or dive into some older albums as well as focus on newer music that is released. As you'll see throughout this one today, we're going to discuss some new music from newer artists, older artists, that you like that are as they come out. We can put a quantitative number on these songs, give an official review.
For better or for worse. And maybe you'll agree with us and maybe you won't. And if you do or do not, yeah, let us know
So
regardless. Put it in
the
our
albums,
comments.
the albums especially, the singles are one thing, but albums are going to be ranked out of 10. And I believe
Yes.
if you and I think if we align on an album where both our rankings are above a 9,
Yes.
they are certified emo kid classics. I think just like
Yes.
certified,
Emo Kid
that's like
classics.
across the board because it's our rankings may vary, but
I
we
think
just want to
so.
give certain out in general, just give like a database for these things where, like I said, like where it's just we have some numbers aligned with them where it's like this is what this is to us. If you
Mm-hmm.
hear this 6 months, 12 months, 2 years from now, you at least have like a reference point for it.
It's true. All right. So, with that being said, what we're going to do is first, let's dive into some of the older albums. And this week, we want to focus on there are four albums that came out within the last week that have hit some milestones. And so, we thought we would touch upon them and give our official rankings. And the first one being December Underground by AFI.
December 2006. Or
Yep.
not, June 6th,
Two
2006.
six. I was
Sorry,
like,
I'm baked. June 6th, 2006, December Underground comes out. Miss Murder, Prelude, Love
yep.
Like Winter,
Summer
Killing
Shutter.
Lights, Kill Caustic.
Mm-hmm.
I think I I fell in love with AFI a few months before Sing the Sorrow. I
Yeah.
loved The Art of Drowning, the All Hallows EP, Black Sails, and then Sing the Sorrow comes out and it's like this great in between marker where they're that MTV band,
Yeah.
but they're still this. December Underground is leaning a little harder to that MTV band or whatever it is, where they're loud. I mean,
100%.
there's still a
Especially when
lot of
Miss Murder came out.
yeah, yeah, and there's still a lot of there's a few songs on there like Kill Caustic, like I said, where it's like there's a lot of songs
Yeah.
that maybe kind of grab you from the beginning, Summer Shutter, like yada 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 yada. But like overall, this is a more bubblegum record.
Oh,
If
yes.
I if
100%.
I realistically like Sing the Sorrow to me is a if we're ranking these out, Sing the Sorrow to me is a 9.5, maybe a 10, like legitimately just
Yeah.
across the board, a certified hood classic. If I'm ranking December Underground, I'm giving December Underground about an 8.5.
8.5.
Where like it's very good in our world. It's very important because there's a lot of younger like people that are maybe like a year or two younger than me. Where like this is their AFI record. Miss
Yeah.
Miss Murder was so fucking massive. Like these are big. The singles are great. I like I said, I love Killing Lights. I love whatever. But like Love Like Winter. But like it's not quite older AFI. Like this is the last truly great AFI record to me. Yeah, if we're living at about an 8.3, 8.5, 8.4 or so, let's say 8.4. I feel comfortable with that. That's still a good accomplishment for AFI.
I would say so. Yeah. For me, this was my first introduction to AFI. And I think it came around, especially with Miss Murder coming out. And to me, it is like the definitive, like MTV type
Yeah,
of
it's
the
MTV emo.
perfect the single for MTV
Yeah.
Emo. Like
It's
that
big
was the
it's
perfect
big it's
single.
big rock music still, but it's
Yes.
very much like we have the image, we have yeah, like we're
Davey with this, yeah, with the swoop, it was screaming all types of whatever the heck Gerard Way was doing with
yeah,
like
yeah.
my Chem
Davey,
at the
yeah, fine
time.
as fuck, but yeah.
Fine, he was, yes, yes. Still to this day,
Always
aged like
love,
fine
yeah.
wine.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we all know we appreciate Davey here on this podcast.
Yeah, big fans
But
over here.
yes, and I do love the older stuff a little bit more, but I appreciate this album a lot because it was my introduction into AFI. Summer Shutter, one of my favorite songs. Yes, of course, Miss Murder is a classic, to me an emo classic for this day and age, right? It'll be one of those that they'll
I
always
remember
play
just
at emo
driving
night
around with the boys, like we're like
with the boys.
16, so we're probably drinking and driving. I mean, I'm drinking.
Probably.
I'm not driving, but like I'm and it's just like that Prelude 1251, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just like the like just like
Yep.
it's the same thing on the record before on Sing the Star, same thing with the Misery of Cantar song, like just like AFI does these just like they were so thematic, like just
Mm-hmm.
massive, just it sounded like it was so much bigger and climactic than it was. We love AFI. We love
We
AFI.
do love it.
Yeah.
But if I
Shout
had
out
to,
Davey.
but if I had to give it a ranking,
We're giving it. I give it an
you
8.4, right? Yeah, 8.4.
yeah, you give it 8.4. I might maybe give it closer
I might give it an
to like
8.1. I'm
I was
changing my
gonna
mind.
say I was gonna say an 8. I was gonna go with like a solid 8. I'm hard
8.1.
on. I'm hard about trying to give it like the point five, point threes. I think I might give it an 8. It's just a
Yeah.
solid 8 out of 10. Like
Okay.
solid 8 out of 10.
I can live with that.
There's
I can align with you.
because while there is some differentiation in some of the tracks, does some of it come off like starting to sound a little bit the same, and is it starting to sound a little bit generic maybe at some point, and that's why I
I
would
think the
go like
specialness at
yes,
that point, like the special
yes,
factor that AFI like really stood out by that point, is gone. And I don't think
yeah,
any
that's probably what it
AFI like
was.
hardcore fan would say any different. They would agree. Like by the point December
Yeah,
Underground comes around, like
yeah,
at best case, that's the last gasp of like artistic creativity. At worst case, that's
yeah,
the MTV shit, baby.
yeah, 100%. So yeah, I think 8 out of 10 for me.
8 out of 10. We're living with a December Underground. Okay, which one's the next one?
Next one. I'm very excited to talk about, and that is turned 20. So that one just turned 19. So we still got another, year until it hits the big 2-0. But this one just turned 20, and it's a big deal because it is Commit This to Memory by Motion City
No,
Soundtrack. I know, I feel old as shit. Produced by Mark
Mark
Hoppus.
Hoppus. Produced by
Mark
Mark Hoppus.
Hoppus.
Down the street, I think. I believe produced at a house in North Hollywood, down the street. While these men were suffering from the disease of alcoholism deep, I think, just getting
Yes.
drunk,
100%.
recording
Yeah.
songs. Hangman, great song. Let's Get Fucked Up and Die, great song. Everything
Amazing.
is all right. Great song. Attractive Today is one of the great intros.
Yes.
Time Turned Fragile. I think we mentioned it in the previous episode that we just finished recording.
Yeah,
Makes
we
me
did.
cry like a bitch as a parent. Like it makes you emotional. Make Out Kids. Like I'm literally together we'll bring in the new year. I'm naming every song on this album. I think this is
And we talked about in our last episode the way that like just what Justin's able to channel in the lyrics,
it was so
particularly in this, like, yeah,
ahead of something like okay, we had Pete Wentz was good, but at this point, like
yes,
a lot of it was just kind of like incel
yes,
insecurity, where it's
yes,
just like
and about the women, and
my
not about really
16-year-old
yourself.
girlfriend left me. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yes,
She's a slut. It's
yes,
like, brother, you're 25. Get over yourself. But it's like Motion City had a level of like intricacy. Yeah, like
introspectiveness. Yes,
introspective that just didn't exist in the scene at the time where it was not iceberg emotions of surface level, just like I am
yeah,
mad. It was like, what the fuck is going on here with this guy? Like, what is this really about? Like, I
exactly.
joke and I say like they invented like men's mental health, but it's like I
No, that's
I
Justin,
personally
100%.
wasn't
Yeah,
very aware of it before. Like I didn't know what anxiety or OCD was before that shit. He's talking about cleaning the oven, checking the tires. Like I guess I'd be doing that shit too, bro. For real, for real.
I mean everything they talk about in those songs, and is exactly. I feel like what I love about Commit This to Memory is that it ages with us. Like as an
Yeah,
adult, it still makes
it
sense
still
to me.
works. It still
It
works.
still works, even though it's a pop punk album from or emo album from my
No, it
like
holds up.
very
It
early like 19
1000%
like
holds up.
yeah, it holds up as a 40-year-old woman or 39-year-old. I'm not
39.
aging
Come on.
myself
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, no, we're not.
Why am
Yeah,
I
we don't
doing
got to
that?
jump up to 40.
It's
Come on.
I know it still hits, and I know a lot of people are using like "Let It Fucked Up and Die" and "Everything Is All Right" as TikTok memes and stuff now. Like just talking
Same,
like the
relatable. Yeah.
lyrics, yeah, very relatable to this day and age. So that's why for me, and plus, yes, "Everything All Right" it does have Patrick Stump on it, so anything that has
Yeah,
him on it
just
always gives
fucking
me a
give me a
leg up.
reason to end this discussion. Yeah, for real, for real, for real.
Yeah, so for me, this one, gosh, it's. I mean, can I give something like I don't want to be the
Did I
person that
give it
gives
a
it a
number
10 out
yet?
of
Did
10.
I give it a number yet? I didn't give
No,
it a
you
number yet.
haven't, but I wanted to give it a
I'm gonna give every commit this to memory. I'm gonna give it a 9.6.
okay, let's say okay, 9.6. I'll go with that because I'm like, do I give it? I don't think it's like a perfect album,
No, but
but it's
9.6 is for, yeah,
close.
that's a certified, let's say that's
It's
the
certified.
first
Yeah.
certified, yeah, like, yeah, let's say the first certified classic yeah, 9 point, like,
Yes.
it's not perfect, but like, there's no flaw to it.
Yeah. Like I Am Movie was a great,
Cool, 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 yeah, cool
album.
record. And even if
Yeah,
it
cool
kills
album,
me,
but
great
this
record, whatever. But this to me is like
yes.
this is where they hit.
Yes, this is where they hit hard. Yeah. Great album. So yeah, 9.6. I say that would be the good
6, good
emo
job.
kids.
Even if it kills me, yes. Convince memory. Sorry, yeah, wrong one. That's a big one. Big one. 9.6
Big
is
one.
big.
All right. For our third one we're going to talk about today, speaking of some emo giants, big one turned 21, and that is Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge by
And
Michael Romance. And
they just
like
released
800 different
the
variants. I'm just kidding.
remastered version where it
Yes.
legitimately sounds so much better than the previous ones.
I know.
They leaked it onto Apple Music about like a month ago, and I remember just being like, "Oh, this sound legitimately sounds better." Like it sounded like they added backing vocals. Sounds like they
Yeah.
added backing tracks. The like great record. I
Such a good song. Like,
I don't
this
know
is
how to.
definitive.
Yeah, I really love this record. I love the next record as well, and I really enjoy Danger Days as well. So it's hard for me to speak on Mike Chem because I don't see Mike Chem as I don't see My Chem as the best band in this scene until I think I think three Black Parade they become the best band in this scene. But I think before that they are another band that's overachieving in the same way that maybe Fall Out Boy or
Yeah.
Midtown or whoever or The Used are, where it's just like we're bands putting out great records, but like
What they were able to do with Three Cheers is
Three Cheers
quite a feat. Yeah.
is if I were just like if I were at a bar and I heard Helena come on the Touch Tunes or something like that, like I would like just it's just such a fucking great song. Like I think about do you remember I believe this was the year they did like a mashup MTV performance where like I swear it was like Yellow Card
Yeah.
played and so played, and then and it was just like and then Fall Out Boy crushed out like a verse and a chorus of Helena. Like it's just like there's a next level to this where it's just like to me that song is where it became clear like this band was different than like 90% of the rest.
Yeah, 100%. They weren't just going to be another like pop punk. And this I think showed that they were going to transcend the
Yes.
traditional genre.
Yeah,
Like
it wasn't
they're
they weren't
going to
part of yeah,
be
they weren't part of our
yeah,
bullshit little cookie cutter genre.
they're
Like
going
this
to
is a great
create
rock band.
concept albums. They're going to create concept albums along Tommy the Who. They're going to do the Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They're
Hmm.
going to create something that's beyond just what they're creating rock. They created rock opera
Yeah,
with the that's what
and
the Black
it's
Parade is. Like
interesting.
why they haven't made like when they make American Idiot into a Broadway show, and I'm like, why hasn't the Black Parade been made into a
Black Praise,
Broadway
yeah,
show
it's better,
yet?
yeah.
That would be a better. Like, it has a legit storyline. But anyways, but back to Three Cheers of Sweet Revenge. Everything about this album, like, Thank You for the Venom, The Ghost of You, right there. Like, I know that was like a later single for them, But what that was, I remember listening to this first time, and that track got to me right off the bat. Just the way Gerard's voice just wails in it.
I'm
Oh,
going
the emotion.
I'm going 8.7
Okay, that's
on
strong.
Three Cheers.
I'm good with that.
8.7.
I'm good with that.
It's not quite
Okay.
a classic. It is like in our world, but it's like in terms of that upper echelon, that like rarefied air where it's like, okay, we acknowledge
Yeah.
Black Parade belongs there.
Yes.
Three Cheers, know they did the guys like us in prison and fucking yeah, thank you for that.
With
Like
Bert.
there's
Yeah.
great songs in there. There's a lot, but it's just like
Yes.
you know what I mean. Like it's just it's very good for our world, but like what they did later on, like Black Parade was good for every world. It was like that was
Yes.
just
Exactly.
general rock opera, not just like Warped Tour weirdo shit.
Yeah. Exactly. So for me, three cheers. I think 8.7 is a good rating.
We can live with that.
We can live with that. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
All right, so you want to talk about the last one? The
Oh
last one's
yeah,
hilarious because this person would hate to be
say it.
even talked
Fucking
about
say it.
on
Let's go.
the
Because this is
emo
this is the one
podcast.
this is the one I'm gonna give the best rating to too. So let's go
All
into it.
right, so this one's also 21 years old, and that is Hot Fuss from The Killers. And if we all know anything about Brandon Flowers, he thought emo is dangerous.
Yeah,
I only think he thinks that
Mormon
because
kid energy. He was insecure
just
Mormon kid
mad.
energy. He was
He was
insecure.
just mad. He was mad because Pete Wentz stole his A&R
Yeah.
rep, and they
Get
were
the
giving
fuck
more
over it.
time.
Bro, you wrote Brightside. You wrote Brightside. You wrote all these things that I've done. You wrote fucking
Jenny was a friend of mine.
every Jenny was a friend. Everything will be all
Mm.
right. Like fucking Andy, you're a star. This
Andy, you're a
Hot
star.
Fuss. I'm gonna go like no, we're gonna give Hot Fuss a legitimate 9.9.
It's
Hot
all
Fuss to me
damn
is
near
as
perfect. Yes.
close to like the only thing is like okay, maybe if you want to argue that the second half lags a little because the first half is just
When we
fucking
get to like on top, is it change your
bloated.
mind?
Yeah, change your mind. I love change your mind, but it's like the beginning
Yeah.
is like it's hard to compare with like okay, you're gonna get Jenny as a friend of mine. You're gonna get somebody told me. You're
Yeah.
gonna get Mister Fucking Brightside, which is just the
Yeah.
you're gonna get yeah all these things that I've done, and then the second half like it's really gonna wrap up with everything will be all right. But like in the meantime, there's gonna be a couple like lulls, like tough spot.
Believe me, Natalie. I mean, I do love that song. It's hard to say like, but if you had to pick a lull, sometimes Midnight Show's not bad. Yeah, but yeah, the second half is not as strong as
It's
the
not
first
strong.
half.
Okay,
So
we're lowering it 9.7. Nine point
9.7.
seven is what I live with on Hot Fuss. Because let me just say, if we're doing Sam's Town right here now, and when the time comes for Sam's Town is going to get maybe a 10. I think Hot Fuss 9.6, 9.7, still unreal ranking, unreal rating,
There we
unreal
go.
perfect. One of the best debut albums of all fucking time.
It honestly is like for a first time record, not many people can pull it off. And
I
that's
mean,
why it's still there.
Brightside,
Like,
Bright, like literally, if we were just going off the power of just one song, you're just going off the power of Brightside alone. Mr. Brightside is Mr. That's the best. Like
it
that's the white
transcends
people anthem
pop. It's
song.
pop. Yeah, it is.
It's not even pop. It's just like that has been on the British charts for 20 fucking years because that's what they listen to. They go to the bar. They're gonna want to
White people
scream
love it.
jealousy, turning saints. They want to just white people want to yell that shit. That's fucking deniable.
I get it. I do too.
As a white, like no, trust me.
As a
You
white, I
you
get
put
it.
on you put on the Killers. Yeah, so let's go with a 9.6 for Hot Fuss.
I could go. I can live with a 9.6 for that. Yeah. There we go.
Certified Hood Classic on the pod. Yeah, Certified Hood Classic. Shout out Hot
Certified
Fuss.
classic.
Congrats.
Certified. Yes. All right. So now that we've talked about the four legacy albums that had some birthdays this week,
We can talk about
let's talk
Turnstile.
about Turnstile. Yes. Let's talk about Turnstile because
Never
they just dropped a
enough.
new album.
Never enough.
Never enough.
I find it enjoyable. I find it to be a bit of a very strong sequel to Glow On
It is a
in
very
terms
strong
of
sequel to Glow On.
the
I agree.
literal sense of like it feels like it's a similar thing. It feels less reinventing the wheel. I like that. I'm not huge on heavier music in
Yes.
general. I like my bubblegum bullshit.
Same.
But I
I
think
also like that.
I think Turnstile does this great thing of like kind of walking the line of being part of this world, but also being kind of part of this cooler world than us.
Oh, they definitely are cooler than us. I
They're
agree with
cooler. They're
that.
cooler than our world, where it's like they're a little cooler, and
Yes.
it's like I respect the shit out of it. Like I don't. While I
Yeah.
don't necessarily love it as much as some people do, shout out Stereotherapy Lisa. Like I personally I give the new Turnstile record I give like an 8.1.
That's a fair statement because there's some really
7.9 to
strong.
8.1. It's not for me as
I would give
much.
it an 8.1. It's because it's definitely for me. There's some horns in there. I'm really big into that.
Yeah, you can
I
get
was
some.
a fan of that. I was like, okay, I can get with this.
Yeah, we
I
got
like
some
just
ska campaigns to we have some
we do
solidarity to get behind.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I just like the whole idea behind it. What was it? Is it light design? I think that's one of my favorite ones. Dole and Soul. No, Dreaming. Dreaming's the one I like. That's the one with the Dreaming is the one with the horns that I'm a big fan of. Because I'm not. I like harder music, but I
I'm a
do tend to
bubblegum
steer
bitch. Yeah.
poppy.
Yeah, I'm a bubblegum
Yeah,
bitch. It's okay.
yeah.
I can admit it.
Yeah. This is probably why we do a podcast together.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why
Because
this
we
works. Yeah,
are,
couple
yeah, this
bubblegum
totally.
bitches together.
We are just little bubblegum bitches. You won't see neither one of us moshing in
Yeah.
a death wall,
Yeah, I
a
mean,
wall
yeah,
of
I'll
death. You're
throw
not
hands
gonna
in it
see
for a
it.
minute, but I'm just kind of having a laugh in the moment. Like I'm not really connected to it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, doing masochism. Yeah, it's not an enjoyable
yeah,
thing.
exactly. But no,
Yeah,
I'm good with an 8.1. That I would give that for the new
that's
Turnstile
fair.
record.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm excited by it.
What about the new MGK cliche? What do we say about cliche?
Oh man, what a nostalgic bop is MGK. We talked about it. We talked about it a little bit because MGK is going to be at um, Warp Tour this weekend.
He's getting Machine Gun Kelsey's gonna be there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and I said I might become an apologist for Machine Gun Kelly. Not like a total 180, but I can appreciate what he's been doing for the scene, and I like cliche. I'm a fan of
We
it.
like
I'm a
cliche.
fan of it.
Can we, while we're here, let's take this moment to acknowledge cliche, but let's maybe take another moment to acknowledge Bedrock by Young Money featuring Lloyd.
Okay, let's take a moment. I don't know why the two things. Tell me why we are acknowledging them at the same time. Is there a
Well,
reason?
there's really no reason. It's just I'm just thinking I just want an excuse to talk about Bedrock featuring Lloyd by Young Money. I think it's a great song. I don't believe it ties in
It
anything
is.
we're doing here, but when the day comes where we're reviewing it, yeah. My room is the G spot. Call me Mr. Flintstone. I can make your bedrock. When the day comes, Lloyd, when you eventually get an official review on this channel, that song will get a 10 out of 10. But this isn't
I
an
can't
official
wait for the
review.
day this happens.
It's not an official review right now. This isn't an official review. Don't get fucking too excited, Lloyd. Gonna, Nikki, Drake, Aubrey. Yeah, everyone, Tyga, Little Wayne's, everyone else listening to this, Little Twists. Don't get excited, but when the day comes, this song could get a 10 out of 10 maybe on here. But yeah, I do find a lot of interesting parallels between that song and our society today in general. But
Now I'm gonna
MGK,
re-listen to this song,
yeah,
and I need to, because
you just
I'm
got
only thinking of this chorus for a second. And I'm
no, the
like,
rest of it where he's like, yeah, he's like, I'm watching that. He's like, she's watching Oxygen. I'm watching ESPN. Or the Drake
PN,
one.
yeah,
He's like, I love you, sushi roll hotter than wasabi. I race for your
Kavi.
love, shake and bake. Ricky Bobby. He's like, I'm at the W, but I can't meet you in the lobby. Girl, I gotta watch my back. Cause I'm not just anybody. Yeah, like that's fucking yeah. Like it's just like I remember thinking at the line, like really just an introspective line about celebrity and hero worship in America and parasocial relationships where it's like he feels the need that he needs to go
Yep.
through the back entrance, the celebrity entrance at the W. Because I just imagine him at the time he was at the W in Hollywood, which is around Hollywood Boulevard and about
Yeah.
Hollywood, Vermont area. Hollywood, wherever the dancing lady place is. But yeah, just right there where it's like, yeah, it's just this there's this level to it where it's just like, yeah, like like what are you truly saying here with these lyrics? What is the true words behind your intention
That came
here?
out in 2010.
Girl, I gotta watch my back because I'm not just anybody. Yeah, that came out 2009.
9. Okay. Yeah, I was okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yes. I'm off by a year. Okay.
But yeah,
Now I've got to.
if there was an official ranking, let me just say, if there was an official ranking, I would give Bedrock a 10.
All
If there
right.
was, this isn't an official ranking though. If it was, we'd give it a
We will
10.
do one when
One
it
day maybe, but unofficially it's a 10. Yeah, we're not putting this in the
unofficially.
pantheon, but yeah, it's a 10 unofficially.
This will be clipped for sure.
Yeah.
One
Shout
day
out
when it's
Bedrock. Shout out, yeah.
how
Mine,
bedrock.
yeah.
One day, Lloyd, maybe you'll end up here.
Lloyd deserves his credit. Like at this point, okay. At this point, Drake is popping off, Wiz is popping off. So like there's this big thing where like the rappers don't need the R&B guys to sing their choruses anymore. But like
No,
you
you're
watch that
right.
music video, I just watched it as this episode started. Lloyd looks like a million fucking bucks. He's fucking handsome. He's charming. He's got the
Do love
glasses.
Lloyd.
He's fucking gutta sucks. Like no offense, but like I'm pretty sure like it's like they included these some of these guys specifically to make other guys like
Guys
in the
look
group
more
look better.
attractive.
Yeah, like gutta. There's
Yeah,
no purpose for him. Tyga, who at one point we believed was Travis McCoy's cousin. No purpose for these guys. This song is really it was a vehicle, a vessel to promote Aubrey
Lloyd.
Graham and Onika Mirage. Yeah, and they are the stars of the show.
Yeah.
I don't
There we
know.
go.
I have a lot to say
No.
about Bedrock. We should move on.
Now I'm gonna go watch the movie video, the
The
music
movie, yeah,
video
go
now. All
on
right.
and watch the movie video later on.
I know, right? I feel like I need to. All right. So another album we wanted to touch upon that had come out recently that's new from a newer band is Arm's Length, a Canadian band. And
Shout
here
out
comes
to shout
Robb's.
out. So the fucking nation of Canada has a long history of heavy bands, and what you want to understand is up north, what we have is down here in the States, you guys have a lot of sunshine, you have a lot of community, you have a lot of camaraderie and the kind of things that kind of fucking make things seem a little bubbly. Well, up fucking north in Canada, we have an abysmal sense of fucking dread that sometimes kicks in. And we have heavy bands that fucking will kick you right in the fucking dick, okay? Like you're at the fucking hockey rink, just fucking pop right in the fucking hammer is what you get from a fucking good Canadian band. You know what I mean there? And Arm's
I
Length to
do.
me is a great example of that, where it's like same thing you got from yesteryear bands like Sum 41, where you can just hear like,
Yeah.
okay, there's some funness, there's this or that, but there's a level of like, don't fuck with this, fuck with us isms here. And you get that a lot from Arm's Length as well, where it's like, there's a toughness here.
Oh
These
yeah.
guys will kind of whoop your ass, metaphorically speaking, just with the songs alone. And
I agree.
I find that as a 40% Canadian, I find that to be endearing and charming and just makes me proud to be from the Great White North.
And that's a good thing. And they really like what I love about the album is they do Midwest emo like so well too.
There's a different level of Midwest. We're even more
Oh
north of
yeah.
the
I mean,
Midwest. Yeah, it's miserable
yeah, but
Midwest.
I mean to be quite honest, like when you live in the Midwest or if you live in Canada, it's pretty
Same fucking
miserable. You're
shit. It's
waking
pretty
up
much it's
to
the same shit.
snow.
It's
You're
literally the
you're
same shit.
digging out you're digging your car out in 6 inches of snow, foot of snow. It's a dreary day. Like of course you're kind of just it kind of sucks out there. I mean, yeah. It
Yeah.
makes sense that you're gonna
Yeah.
write music as good as this when you've got some crappy ass conditions that you're
Yeah,
dealing
it
with
happens. It happens. It
on a
happens.
daily. But no, this is a great like I had not really like Arms Length was not on my radar
No, yeah,
until I
Becca
think
made
like
me check this one out,
Becca.
and yeah,
Yeah.
Becca made us check this one out. I feel comfortable giving this arm's length record about an 8.4.
It
The
was strong.
strong
Fatal Flaw
rankings,
may be my favorite song
yeah,
off the record
yeah, I
too.
feel good.
Yeah.
8.4 is a great fucking respectable ranking for you to have there, boys. Don't feel fucking bad about the
Yes.
8.4. That's very fucking strong across the board,
Coming
okay?
from a fellow Canadian
Yeah,
over
coming
here.
from a fellow Canadian, that isn't hard. I'm not rating on some fucking Canadian fucking loony toony currency bullshit conversion scale here. I'm being honest with you, boys, okay? We're ranking it compared to some bands from the States here. Uh,
Yeah.
while we're at it though, great heavy band. Great heavy band. One of
Yeah.
the better
No, they are
Canadian
heavy.
bands of the last 10 years, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Feel
Yeah.
comfortable with that? Yeah, I feel comfortable with that. I feel comfortable. What did we say? 8.4? 8.3? 8.4?
8.4 is good. I would say
8.4.
8.4.
We
Yeah.
can live with that arm's length. You earned an 8.4. That's pretty good here.
That's a pretty good one for emo kids. Anonymous. Yeah. 8.4.
We listened to, before this started, we listened to and we judged the new All American Rejects single. And let me just say,
Yes.
I
Easy
love
come,
that
easy
shit.
go.
I was losing my mind as we listened to it. I don't know if I have an official ranking on a single. I don't know if we give those official rank. I don't know like that, but like let me just
It's
say
kind of.
thumbs the fuck up, right? We're giving it thumbs up maybe.
I like it way more than Sandbox.
Yeah,
So
Sandbox was mid AF to me. That
yeah,
one's like
Sandbox
I
was not feeling it.
no, we listened to that one. I remember just being like, I like this. Like this was just like that's what I want to hear in an All American Rejects track. I want to hear this
Yes,
power pop bubblegum sing songy bouncy thing where he just he's fucking around. Level of sarcasm
exactly.
in there.
I needed them to focus on making music like that because it's great. It's good. This is what we want to see from you, Tyson. Doing your house parties. We don't need an OnlyFans
We're cool
gimmick.
with the OnlyFans though. Let's see the hog.
I mean, it's
Is he
cool.
pulling hog out?
You know,
Is he showing hog
no,
on the OnlyFans? No.
it's like a tasteful PG-13. Don't ask me how I
Is
know
there like
that.
half hog or anything? Like is he showing like partial hog?
No,
You
not from
gotta
what
show.
I've seen.
You gotta give a little hog. Like if you guys donate
Not
money to
what
our
I've
show, I
seen.
would. Yeah, you
But it's
owe
free. It's free.
you owe half hog.
It's free though.
If we did,
But
if
you can
we,
donate,
I was,
I think.
if we did an Emo Kids Anonymous podcast OnlyFan, I would do half hog. It feels
Just for
fair.
you, right? Like, am I part of that?
Well, I mean, no, you don't have to do half hog. Yeah, I don't know how that would work for
Okay.
you, but yeah,
I don't think it would work
I
for
really
me at
haven't
all.
put a lot of thought into this. This OnlyFans scenario where we're running a joint OnlyFans. But yeah, I guess in my head, I'm just saying
Yeah,
like
I'm like, it was like half like, is it
you're like,
like the
well,
under boob?
yeah, you're like, no, you're like, no. I'm like, please don't sign me up for this. Like, no, I'm just saying like, can we talk about New Rise Against?
Yeah, you have a lot of thoughts on it. Cause so Rise Against came out with an EP. So I Want It All was the first song off of it, which is okay. But you do not like
I fucking hate it. It's
this.
the worst shit I've ever heard. Tim, Tim,
Tim.
I've loved your band since the beginning. I remember where I was when I got Siren Song and the Counterculture. I remember where I was when I got Revolution Per Minute. Even kind of remember kind of enjoying Suffer and the Witness, whatever, I guess, if I had to, and the album after that. But like at some
Yeah.
point this band became Nickelback for the parking lot tarmac rock festival crowd. Like not even just Warped Tour crowd. They
Yeah.
became the Nickelback for like the butt rock airplane hangar festival music people. And it just
See,
breaks my
I
heart.
wonder if the problem is because they've been showing up on all the divorced dad rock Spotify playlists, and they're like, let's lean into this, baby. We're already showing up on them, but so is Nickelback, and so is Seether,
Right? Like there
and
it's
so is
Seether,
Three Days Grace, and so so is everyone else.
I did a thing on
So
TikTok the other day that was like, who's the greatest rock star of the last 30 years? And someone said to me, they said this name and I Googled it and it was the guy from Hinder. I'm like, do you
no,
really
it's
believe,
not.
do you really
I've
believe
seen
for
them in
one
concert.
second, believe for one fucking second that the guy from Hinder, do you think that like 0.01% of the population knows who the Lips of an Angel guy
Of an
fucking
angel.
is? Like,
What
no,
is
he
his
does
real
not.
name? Is it Chris or something? What's his
I don't.
real name?
If you pulled it, I recommend it because because I remember just being like, "Who is that?" And then I googled it and was like, "LMAO."
Austin. No, I've seen him live too. I've seen them
What
live
is it?
back
What
in
is
like
the
when they
name?
were Austin Winkler. Is he
Oh
related to
yeah,
Henry Winkler?
yeah. It's Henry.
No,
Yeah, it's the Foz's fucking. Yeah, it's Fozzie's nephew.
no, it's not.
No, I don't know. I'm just talking shit.
But I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. It could be.
Honestly, yeah, not a great photo, Austin Winkler. Yeah, I don't know who would have. Yeah, no, in no world are you in the top. Yeah.
He's not. He's not.
Oh, he's in a solo artist under the name Austin John.
Bless it. He's got some.
You got some nudes on there?
I'm just looking at like he's got some interesting, stuff. Like
Like Nazi stuff? Austin John Winkler, dick.
no, not that kind of stuff. Him and his girlfriend accused him of trying to unalive her
Well,
and
that's pretty
release
extreme.
revenge porn.
And
Uh,
no photos came up when I Googled him naked. So yeah.
yeah, he also became ill. He had kidney and liver failure. But he's been sober since 2019. So there we
Uh,
go. So yeah, he's had some stuff. Anyways, no, I would not put him on my like best
Top
rock
1,000,
art
yeah. I don't think I'm
of
putting him
all
in my
time.
top 1 fucking million, yeah.
I would argue I find Tim from Rise Against to be fairly great, but I don't I mean but this new
I don't know how we
album,
even got
this new
onto the
EP,
Hinder guy. I'm sorry.
I know it was a weird tangent, but all because of Divorced Dad Rock, which is because Rise
That's what
Against
Rise Against is.
new
It
songs.
sucks. It sucks. This, like, I loved Rise Against. This shit sucks, dog. There's no way you like this, Tim. There's
I
no way
know,
you like
like
this. You're
when
fucking
you
with
think of
us.
like some of their like most popular stuff, like it does, yeah. Maybe they're just trying to appeal to a different crowd. Who knows?
Yeah, the divorced dad welder rock crowd. Yeah, I don't
Yes. Yeah. We'll see what it's part of a new album that's coming out in August
have no
called
fucking.
Ricochet. So, damn. Well, here's a preview, everyone.
Wrong.
Well, maybe we could give something else. We have two more things to talk about.
All right, what else you got?
Maybe we could talk something more positive about maybe the new Yellow Card that came out, produced by Travis Barker.
I don't know. I don't know. You go first.
Okay, so Better Days and Honestly I are the two songs that were released. I think I like Honestly I a little bit better than Better Days. Better Days definitely feels I like that more than some of the older some of the stuff they put out the Childhood Eyes EP in 2023. And it was okay. You know, the one sec is a 1 second more, I think is that the name of the song that he did with Vic Fuentes from Pierce the Veil.
I don't know.
That was fun. But Better Days is definitely a step above what Childhood Eyes was. You could definitely tell this is produced by Travis Barker.
It
I think I
feels
prefer Honestly Eyes a
so
little more.
heavily produced by Travis Barker, and it bums me out because it's like I love Travis. I don't like that there's like these like two or three or four major like typecast production styles in pop music right now, where it's like
Yeah,
with Travis, everything is so compressed. Like we talk about in our interview with Mike, where it's like it just from the honesty, where it's just like boom. I don't like with the Jack Antonoff right now with the new Sabrina and this
yeah,
and where it's like okay, it feels very womp. Same thing in its own way, where it's like okay, it's tightened in here. It's like there's these production styles where it's just very clearly like it doesn't feel like the artist. Like I hear that Yellow Card song, I didn't hear Yellow Card. I heard Blake 182. Like
You heard Blink 182, yeah.
I heard Travis Barker era production of Blake 182 where it's
And that could
overproduced,
be
it's
problematic
loud
if
as
that's the
fuck.
whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's too much to hear. Like in the most literal sense, it's too much to hear. Like it's just it's grating.
yeah,
Like production wise. It's and like I say that as someone who loved One More Time, yada yada yada. Like it just it feels very we're here at this level the whole time. We're redlining the album. Like it's just this is the volume for the
we're
whole
gonna go
thing.
hard the whole
There's
time.
no
Yeah,
dynamic. Yeah, we're not coming here and we're not going there. It's just like ba 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 ba. Yeah.
yeah, I can see that. And I wonder if that's what the rest of the album would be like.
We're gonna
Or if
fucking
it's just
see,
they're
I
trying
guess.
to get everyone's attention with this song to let everyone know, well, hey, it's being produced by Travis Barker. Pay attention. Or if it's this is what you can expect. This is the entire album. But because like Childhood Eyes was a little bit softer, I think. But they weren't producing, but Travis had no. That was all them. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what Yellow Card does from here.
I'm
I know
curious.
they've been trying to come back and
Yellow Card's always
come
a
out with
weird
new
thing where
stuff for a
I feel like
while.
they're always kind of on that edge of like Yellow Card's a band where it's like they feel like
Yes.
underachievers and also overachievers where it's like this level of like their level of success seems
Yeah.
beyond like their success seems beyond what they should have gotten based on like I don't know, being a dick here, just like their level as a band, like, okay, Ocean Avenue is great, but like there's other great bands from that era. They kind of seem to overachieve and then they kind of seem to be chasing that for a while with the paper wall, this and that, yada, yada, yada. And it's like,
Yeah.
then they go away, they come back. And it seems like it's a constant level of like the the yellow card like ceiling is here, but they're just
Yep.
kind of constantly fighting around here. Which is still the ceiling is
Yes.
like most of these bands in this genre, their ceiling is here, and that's where Yellow Card is playing. But it's like the Yellow Card ceiling is a little higher. They don't seem to quite hit it.
Yeah, yeah. They had a level of fame that they're still trying to
Yeah, like you're
measure
kind of
back up
trying to
to, and they're
measure
never
back up
going to
to.
quite do that.
And also, like, I
Yeah,
don't know how much of that level of fame, like, whereas, like, okay, like a MCR, followed by like these bands where there's like a level of obsessive dedication to them. Yellow Card was kind of like I associate as more of like a, MTV band where it's like I don't know if they have that same level of obsessive dedication to them.
I don't think they do.
No,
And I think, no, I don't think they ever really did. I think there's definitely fans who love them, but they didn't create the culture. And not everyone is able to do that. It
no.
takes a
They did
lot.
well. They
You
did
have to
well for
have
what
the,
they do. It's just yeah, like there's something about it to me where it's
yeah.
like I have trouble putting this in that top upper echelon of artists.
Yeah, I think it has to do with just the music that they have put out. I mean, Ocean
Yes,
Avenue is a great album. For it as a pop punk album, it's great. But everything after that,
mid, mid, mid
yeah,
as
it
fuck.
never like I know I talked about it before. Yellow Card got me into a lot of this music. I mean, between that and A Good Charlotte, etc. But I could never get into anything after Ocean Avenue. Not in the same way that
Don't care
yeah,
for it.
it
Yeah,
just
don't
didn't
care
hit
for it.
for
Don't care
me.
for it.
So I'm hoping that this'll, maybe we'll see. Turn things in a different way. Last but not least, another band who hasn't put out an album in 18 years. Starting Line.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's like, wait, who?
We love this. I was like,
They
I don't
came
know. I have
out.
no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I was like,
Yeah, they have not put out an album in 18 years. Putting out a new album in
something,
October.
something, sense of humor. Do
Yep,
us a
sense of
favor, like,
humor.
share those videos on TikTok so we can afford a pizza
Exactly.
party. But
Pizza party.
I'm happy to see the starting line back. I think the starting line is a great
Yeah,
band from this era. This single is if we're being honest, in the grand scheme of compared to the starting line is a band where like one thing they've done better than the other bands in our genre to me is they really nail those first singles. Like if we're talking
yeah.
Best of Me, Bedroom Talk, Island,
Yep.
undefeated
Perfect. Good
across
singles
like
off. Yeah.
perfect singles, sense of humor. I don't know if it's at that level.
Yeah. I mean, I do like that hook. It's a good hook,
It's
but
okay. It's okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
For four
It's
for
it's
four
a
for four for 440, it's okay. But I don't it's not up to their par. But that being said, like we're talking about a band of dudes that are, I imagine at this point, 37, 38 years old, writing music
probably
that is pop punk
100%.
music. I have faith in them.
Yes.
And I think when you stay away from making an album for this long, I think that when you do come back to make an album, I think to some degree you at least believe you have fucking something to say.
I would
As
hope
opposed to like
yes.
you've been
I think so.
releasing new stuff every 3, 4 years, like it's just part of the routine. Like at this point, you're like, okay, we're gonna release an album now after almost 20 years. You to some degree believe your own bullshit in the best way possible, I think.
And I imagine they have to have something to say. There's a lot. I
Yes.
mean, obviously they have been in the I mean, because of Taylor Swift, they have been in the
In
discourse
the pop
of
culture
pop
discourse, yep.
culture for the last like couple of years, thanks to Taylor Swift and Matt Healy. Who knew?
Who knew? Shout
So,
out the
so there we go.
1975s. Shout out Jimmy Carter's. Yeah, you weren't president yet. That was
Yes.
Nixon still. Or that was Jerry Ford, yeah, at that point, 95
I was gonna say,
or
do not
75.
ask me about the presidents. But yeah, they they have to be looking at that as a moment and thinking to themselves, how surreal all this is that they're even able like to come back and gain the popularity based off of this one line from this one song by this pop queen that I mean
That's all you need. That's all you
they
need.
cannot, yeah,
That's a Taylor
that
Rubb,
has to
baby.
be
It's Taylor
that has
Rubb.
to factor something into it. Yeah, so
I
I'll be
guess
interested to see what the rest of the album has to say.
so. What we're saying in general, starting line, good job. We're iffy
Yep,
on the new track, but in general, we're happy to see the starting line back. And
we're
I'm
happy
excited. I'm
strikes.
excited
Yes,
to rank the new album when it comes out. Give you an official rating.
yes, in October. It's gonna be a minute. I'll have seen them live by the before they have, because I am gonna go see their little anniversary tour. So I'll be able to see them live before their new album comes out. Hopefully, they'll have a couple of more singles by that time. So we'll
Pretty
see.
good list of stuff to review, though, right? Do we have anything else here for this
I think
one?
so. Do we have anything else for
I think we're good. I
today?
think we covered everything.
I
Yeah.
think we're good. I think we did. We covered a fair amount of stuff that
Have we
you
talked about
should listen to
Bedrock?
if you haven't. We have talked about
Okay, I
Bedrock,
was gonna say, did we talk about Bedrock earlier? Okay, I was gonna say because we can talk
but
about
we have
Bedrock
not
again.
talked about, but we could quickly
But the
talk
Lil
about
Wayne
Lil Wayne.
record. Shit,
Since
we
we're going to
can.
talk about, since we talk about Bedrock and Young Money, and we've already
Let's
talked
do it.
about Lil Wayne.
Let's do an official review on the new
We've
Lil
talked
Wayne
about Lil
record, the
Wayne
Carter Six.
on, yes.
If Lil Wayne,
Yes.
okay,
Okay.
we've talked musical rib on here before. Nobody should have been musical McRibs harder than Lil Wayne. If Lil Wayne dies in jail in 2010, 2011, or he just retires or doesn't get out, we're talking the way we talk about Tupac Shakur or Biggie Smalls. That is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is
Yeah.
if the world stops in 2010, this is the most influential artist on the fucking planet, maybe. I'm sorry. Like he's on the Fall Out Boy record, he's on the Weezer record, he's on all the pop songs, he's on all the hip hop records. Lil Wayne was Michael
True.
fucking Jordan of this era. And it breaks my heart to
Yes.
hear a Lil Wayne album that sucks as bad as the Carter Six. Is it the Carter Six? It's six, right? We're at
It's
six now.
six. Yes,
Because
six. Yeah.
four, we liked four with Blunt Blowing and 6 foot 7 foot five. I remember five came out a few years ago. There's a song on here where he just does like an interpolation of like, when you're on a holiday, the fucking Weezer song, like Out into
The
the Sun.
Weezer song.
It's the
I was
worst
like,
shit I've
what's
ever heard.
happening?
It's so bad, dude. And it's like this dude did a song with Weezer, Can't Stop Partying. I unironically love Can't Stop Partying. I also can't stop partying sometimes. I get it. But that song sucks. That being said, if I played guitar, the acoustic song on this record,
Oh,
easily.
that's a good guitar. That's a good song. Yeah.
You get me going. I'm gonna give the Carter Six a 4.8. 4.8.
4.8. It's a good one for that. I listened to it on the car ride home and I was like,
And you're like,
okay.
you apologize to your husband for making him listen to that shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
You're like, I'm
did. I
sorry.
did. But I
I have
do
a
like
reasoning
if
for
I play
this.
the guitar.
It kind of
Yes.
bops. So that one song, let's move it
That's
up. I'm gonna
one
give it a
song
five. I'm gonna give it a five overall. We're gonna give it a
for
general
that
medium,
song.
which breaks my heart because like again, the Carter, the
We talk
series of
about Lil
these.
Wayne a lot on this podcast.
I love Lil Wayne. I think Lil Wayne
Yes.
is just
He's
was
very
the
he's very much a part of our scene.
he's just part
So it makes
is like
sense.
that was the king of that world during this era. He had like a lot of kind of crossover appeal where it's like he's kind of
He
to me
did.
like was part of our world and it's just like
Him
I
and
love
Pete were
Lil Wayne,
buddies.
but I
Yeah.
cannot vouch for this record. Like there's a song, the Peanuts and Elephant
I
song, like
thought
the
Big
beat on it is just like boom, boom, boom.
You don't
Like
like, do you don't like Sharks? Or I
the
think it's
song with
Sharks,
Big
like Sharks in
Sean
the
and the
like
Jelly
Jelly
Roll.
Roll,
I'd rather
Sharks in the
fucking
water,
jump off
and
the
snakes in
balcony than hear that shit. Big Sean. I was talking about this with Scott's record the other day. We are diving into some bedrock lore. Like Big Sean was a very revolutionary rapper for a moment before he released his first album. Like his
you.
mixtape era, Big Sean
Yes.
was the man. He did like fucking the finally famous mixtapes. He did the Good Friday Kanye West ones. He did the song "See Me Out." I thought Big Sean was gonna be so special, and then he just became kind of like garbly goop pop bullshit. Yes, and Jelly Roll.
Wobbly,
Look,
wobbly,
I would.
wop.
Yeah, well, yeah, bobble, bobble, like it's like ass, like your whole like that's your introduction to the world is you being like, yeah, roll my weed on it. That's an ashtray. It's like, all right, brother, like this shit sucks. Like, let's be like, okay, this shit sucks. And then after that, you're most known for being like, oh, I did the song that Kendrick did, like the diss track on everyone on. Like, you're just,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure Big Sean's like a literal neighbor of mine. I think he lives like in Malibu, like up the road. So it's like, I love you, bro. If I just saw you at the store, I'd be so hyped to see you right now. But like, it sucks. That's a guy to me that like Big Sean was like, anointed to be the next. It's like I think we kind of talked about it with Scarlett, where rappers like there's a level of gimmickry and
Yes.
stuff like that. And it's just like Big Sean, just like plain Jane, talented. There's no coolness to it.
Yeah.
As for Jelly Roll, I would love to hang out with the Jelly Roll. He seems like a sweet guy, but I just never want to hear that music ever in my life. I fucking hate the Jelly
I
Roll
agree
songs.
with that.
It's dog shit. It's Walmart people music. And no offense to the people of Walmart. You guys are, I love you guys as well, but like, it's just, I'm a coastal elitist. I don't want to hear that dog shit. So yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Fucking terrible. But
It is
if I played
not great.
guitar song where he's like, He's like, I'd fucking sell
That's a
you a
fantastic
bridge. Like,
point.
you sold me a bridge in Brooklyn, this and that. Just like, you don't even own it. Just like, there's a level of, it's like How to Love Part Two, where there's just this level of beautiful vulnerability
Yeah.
that is just, yeah, yeah.
I like that part of Lil Wayne
I like that
when
too.
it
I
comes
like that
out.
too. I like that How to Love era. Like there's a vulnerability and a softness to Wayne where it's like you are not a gangster rapper. You're a
Yeah.
gangster that is a rapper. Like there's an appeal, a tie into our scene where when I feel that I'm like, okay, like this is one of us. I wore fucking Supras. Like I ordered Supras. At one point, I just wore Toms and Supras
Did you really?
because the little way where he's like skinnies and some Supras. It was like, oh shit, I better get some Supras. And it was like, yeah, just like only shoe I wore
You
besides the
were Lil
Toms
Wayne.
for a while. It was like, yeah, I was a Wheezy kid. Like I love fucking Lil Wayne. Yeah, I want him. I believe in a world where Lil Wayne dies in 2012 and goes down as the greatest rapper of all time.
That would be so. That would be a world to behold.
Because without that, it's just like, yeah, it just he kind of went on to become this artist that just he performs at clubs and these like he's playing probably plays in your hometown, like wherever you like plays in these random like, oh, I'm doing Bowling Green, I'm doing fucking, Shreveport, I'm doing this. It's like, no,
Probably.
you're
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, you should be doing SoFi Stadium, you should be doing MSG, you should be doing MetLife, you should be doing Hard Rock
Yeah.
Stadium. Like you should be playing, you should be at these levels that a Kanye or a Drake or a Jay-Z are at, but it's just hip hop is a lot more fickle.
It is. It's a different world. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's all the albums we had to review
Well,
for
Lil
this one.
Wayne,
Yeah, Lil
it
Wayne.
is.
What
Shout
did
out
we give
Lil
you? A five?
Wayne.
We gave you a five. I feel like that was really a
We gave you a
stretch.
5.
Really a stretch on that one.
Yes. Yeah. But we do like that if I played guitar.
That song rips. I'm
Because he
sorry.
does play guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Rebirth. Shout out Knockout. Shout out Wheezy F Baby, okay? The F is for Phoenicia, the F is for whatever the fuck you want it to be. I will defend you, Lil Wayne.
And that's what we have to talk about today. Yeah, we got some old, we got some new. And is there an album or a track you want us to review, old or new? Is there something that you want
Yeah,
us to hear
drop it
that
in the
we have not
comments,
talked
right?
about? Yeah,
Yeah, this
put it in
can
the
be
comments if
interactive
you're
because
listening to this on
it can't
Spotify.
just be us
Yeah.
ranting about like we're gonna run out of Little Wayne rants and
No.
things like that. And I mean, we lucked out
Yes.
this week. There's a lot of legacy albums that came out, but like, yeah, let us know. Trumpy Case Kid, is there like a new Gray Wind or whatever fucking album you want us to review or something like that? You guys, there's a new
Yeah,
artist. Let us
exactly.
know in the comments. We will at the very least check it out and give it an honest ranking out of 10 for the official Emo Kids Anonymous database of album rankings. Because I just see like Pitchfork, Anthony Fantano, all these people they're doing it. Like we might as well have our own database here of rankings for
And
these
keep it, yep,
albums.
and keep
Just
our
just
rankings.
just
I
kind of
agree.
just for reference sake at least. So we know where we stand on these.
Exactly. So get prepared for more of these each week. And thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe on all of our social media
All of them.
channels minus Facebook.
All of
Yes.
them.
And make sure to also like this episode if you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Leave a
or
review.
wherever
Leave a
else this
review.
pops up.
Say something
Yeah, leave a
nice.
review.
Talk about how good we look when we do it. Like mention like the fake teeth. Mention like Amanda's in-depth knowledge of the acts. Maybe talk shit about Brandon Flowers. Whatever you want to do. Just like leave us a 5-star review.
We would love that
It would mean a lot.
because apparently everything counts on Spotify now these days.
Yeah, that's what Lisa told us. So we're really just going off of that word. We don't know any better.
Exactly. Yes. But thank you guys for joining us today, and we will talk to you all next week.
Appreciate you guys.
Awesome.